Now joined by a familiar face with the Baltimore Orioles organization, Austin Hayes. Austin, thanks for taking the time today.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Well, you're in Bowie. You had quite a long break dealing with that lingering ankle injury, but you're here now. How frustrating was that for you this season?
It was very frustrating to go through an injury. I mean, you train all off season and you spend all spring training trying to get ready for a great season and try to move up and get promoted. But I got off to a rough start to start the year, so dealing with the injury, I was here the entire time, and I had an opportunity to talk with a lot of coaches and a lot of our staff and understand why things were going the way they were going for me early, and it allowed me to make some adjustments, and I feel really good now being back on the field, and feel like those adjustments are definitely working.
What exact adjustments did you make?
So I had a really big leg kick, and I had a lot of stuff going on with my hands, just a lot of unneeded movement that I didn't have last year, so I was chasing a lot of pitches out of the zone and missing good pitches to hit that I didn't miss last season. So we basically just went back to the basics of hitting and simplified everything, slowed everything down, and I'm seeing the ball a lot better now and not missing as many pitches.
Sure seems that. You come back from that injury just a few days ago, hit a grand slam for the Bay Sox. What was that like for you? I'm sure a little bit of a relief.
Yeah, it was. It's always good for your first at bat of the game to go that way, but like I was saying, is just getting a good pitch to hit, and he made a mistake in a 1-0 count, and I put a good swing on it.
Now, last year you were called up in September. This year may go a little different just because of injuries. You missed a lot of time. For you, is that still the goal, to get called up to the big leagues at the end of the season?
Yeah, 100%. I feel like I still have an opportunity. I know I'm on the 40-man, and I'm trying to put together some good games and good at-bats and basically just stay healthy through this time and feel good and ready to play. And if they feel like I've had enough time back on the field and I'm ready to make that jump again, then I'm prepared for it mentally, physically, and if not, I'll do whatever I need to do, whether it's go to the fall league or go down to Instructs and just make up for that time that I missed and get those at-bats back.
Now, you were injured a little bit at the end of the spring training, but how was spring training in the big leagues, working with those guys day in and day out? How much did that help you, Austin?
Oh, it's great. I know I've talked to Cedric since he's gotten called up, and I got to talk to him about everything that's going on with Jonesy, and having him in his ear and in his corner, just helping him go through this entire process, and having him in our groups defensively every single day, and talking to him about, why he's become the player that he has in the big leagues and why he's had so much consistent success. And I mean, it helps us out tremendously as young guys, not really knowing what to expect, going through all the stuff that we go through as young as we are, and what Cedric's going through right now. I know personally it really helped out a lot to have someone like Jonesy as open as he is for helping young players.
So you're obviously friends with Cedric. You said how happy you were for him. He said how helpful it is to have Adam, correct?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So what else has he said about the big leagues? You've been there. Did you give him any advice before he made his debut?
No, I knew his phone was blowing up, so I waited a couple days before I texted him and gave him a call, and I told him, I was proud of him and I was really happy for him, and he'd give me a call in a couple days when everybody stopped blowing up his Twitter and Instagram.
Did he call
and
you
everything.
yet?
So I talked to him on Monday. They had an off day, and we had an off day, so we got to catch up. We FaceTime, so it was nice to kind of just get to see, what he's feeling right now, and
what did he say? You got to tell us.
How similar it is going through like what I went through.
What did he say?
I mean, he's happy,
excited.
Like he's proud. Yeah, he's just really excited. But he just felt like he was ready and he deserved the opportunity, and I mean, as you can tell, he's making the most of it. So.
Do you think about a day where you two could play side by side for the Orioles?
Yeah, I mean, we were both in spring training until the last day, so we got to experience being in the outfield together, and we were roommates here in Bowie. We played side by side here in Bowie, so hopefully anytime soon we'll be able to do that again.
So what do you think your off season will look like? You mentioned the Orioles will probably have you continue to get some work done just because you missed so much time.
Yeah. Whether it be go somewhere and play winter ball in maybe the Dominican or Puerto Rico or something like that, or I know the fall league is an option, and even Instructs for that matter, just go down to Sarasota, and I know they'll have a lot of eyes there, so everybody can kind of see me in person.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of what they want to do, what they feel will be the most beneficial for me, trying to make up for the 2 months that I missed.
You see the Orioles are in a full rebuild. It looks like a new team and clubhouse. I mean, you'll see it when you get the opportunity, hopefully this year or in spring training. Does that give you extra motivation to have a really stellar offseason, to know that you could possibly join them next season?
Yeah, I mean, it for sure gives you a little bit of extra jolt in your step every single day. We all have the same goal, and we all have the same mentality on what we're trying to do every single day. And seeing that it is a higher possibility now, and there are going to be more young guys getting called up than what there would have been. I mean, it's a reality now. It's not just something that everybody's talking about. So we all need to just keep working to try to be that next name that gets called up.
Yeah. Austin Hayes, good luck. I hope to see you next month, if not in spring training, I guess.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it.
All right. Austin Hayes, I'm Sarah Perlman. Thanks for watching MASN All Access.